Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. There's so much to cover today because things are ripping. You'll see that in a minute. If you want to join the group, I'll have extra video in there and we'll talk more about XRP price, what we think is going to happen in there. DAIXRP.com through the Patreon, or you can click join down here below any of my YouTube videos to join through YouTube, or go click the subscribe on X. All right, XRP is sitting here messing around with, it sat there at $3, $3.01 for a few minutes. We're at $2.97 now. This is natural stuff, but you can feel it. This thing wants to explode. This market went up to, I believe, 3.8 plus trillion. Don't quote me, but I don't think that the crypto market has ever been over 4 trillion. I think it's went in the past run with XRP, I think we were as high as 3.7 something trillion. I don't think we've ever gone over 4 trillion. I could be wrong, but I don't think we have. I think we're about to. I think we're going to go on into the 10 to 20 trillion probably this year and next year. This is what, if you like to have fun when the markets are roaring, it's always fun to go to Fiat Leak. That's FIATLEAK.com. You can watch it. They even have sound effects that'll boom and stuff when you. Here is Dave Portnoy talking about his XRP bag.
Ripping. Bitcoin ripping. ETH is up 100% in 3 months. XRP is ripping. You name it, it's rip, rip, rip. If you're going to trade crypto, you might as well do it because it's just rip city. It may delay. It may stick. It was around, like, you couldn't get over 100,000. Now it's at like 120. It's just a rip show.
XRP rip show. Total global cryptocurrency market cap surpassed 3.88 trillion. I believe we're going to cross 4 trillion probably in the next 24 hours if I was betting on it. eGrag Crypto is saying XRP breakout or no breakout. I think we'll have a breakout. This week the Genius Act is supposed to pass, folks. Here's Senator Bill Hagerty. The House votes on my Genius Act this week. With this bill, we are one step closer to becoming a global leader in crypto. Let's get this out. Let's get this to POTUS's desk ASAP. And here he is. They're having some hearings this morning.
I really appreciate the leadership that you've demonstrated in this important area. And I also want to commend you and thank my colleagues here on the committee for your actions to support our recent Genius legislation.
Yes, sir.
That provides much needed regulatory certainty in the area of payment stablecoins that I think we desperately needed. And I've also been amazed and very pleased in the wake of that to see the energy and the enthusiasm behind market structure legislation. And I'm very pleased to see this esteemed group of folks here today that are ready to testify to help us with that. For too long, the lack of intelligible definitions, jurisdiction, and pathways to registration from our regulators have forced digital asset innovation beyond our borders. One of the saddest things that I heard as I came into the Senate, talking to members of the industry, with the brilliant people, were taking up new jobs and new positions in countries other than our own because they felt they couldn't survive here. Why is that? Because in the void of regulatory framework, the SEC and others had stepped into that void and done one of the most pernicious things that we ever see here in Washington, the so-called enforcement by regulation, or regulation by enforcement, that creates massive uncertainty that has lent itself to destroying the possibility of America leading in this incredibly innovative sector. And I'm so pleased to see us.
And then here he's interviewing, this woman is Summer Mersinger. She's the previous, she was a commissioner at the CFTC, and now she's on the Blockchain Association.
Ms. Mersinger, I'd like to turn to you. And here I'd like to talk about the jurisdiction with the CFTC and the SEC, an area that you know a great deal about. And we're trying to delineate and establish the appropriate regulatory authorities between the two agencies, the CFTC and the SEC. And I'd just like for you to explain to my colleagues and for this audience today why it's so important that we ensure jurisdictional harmony between these organizations.
Thank you for that question. To your point about regulation through enforcement, when the only regulatory actions that are occurring are lawsuits and legal settlements, there's no clarity, and you have a situation where those who want to follow the law and do the right thing, one, are worried to innovate here in the United States, but they also are not sure where to go to follow the rules. Mm-hmm. And so we have to have clarity around what is the right regulator and who is overseeing these markets. And from my experience in the CFTC, one of the things I'll point out is the CFTC has broad anti-manipulation and anti-fraud enforcement authority over commodity spot markets, but they do not have regulatory jurisdiction over those same markets. So the CFTC could only come in after fraud or manipulation had occurred. There was no regulatory oversight. So providing that regulatory framework so that you have a regulator overseeing these activities will help prevent regulation through enforcement, because you will have the examiners, you will have the regulators looking at these businesses and ensuring that they're following the laws and the regulations, rather than having to come in after something bad has happened and bring enforcement cases.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Now, I went on to YouTube and found this video, the same woman, this Summer Mersinger. And I want you to listen close, because I've told you for years, it's not green candles and cartoon monkeys and ICOs. All this crypto was created, and I think Ripple is the heartbeat of crypto, and XRP is the heartbeat of Ripple. Not my words, Brad Garlinghouse's words. This was all created to save the US dollar, prevent World War III, replace the petrodollar. This was not created by libertarians. Grow up. Listen to what she said.
The Stablecoin Genius Act and stablecoin legislation here in the United States is really going to secure the US dollar as the primary backing for these coins. So it's critically important that we maintain that dominance. It's been the currency of choice. We want to continue to see these as dollar-backed stablecoins. And so we're going to look at what works here in the United States and make sure that we are the global leader here in stablecoin issuance and remittance.
Now, what do you issue stablecoins on? Things like the XRP ledger. Who's been leading in remittances in crypto since we got into this? Since the beginning? Ripple. This isn't hard to figure out, folks. It's all happening. Remittances, you say? Here's a little reminder of Brad Garlinghouse at Apex Singapore. You know, I didn't know that music was there. I can't play it. I forgot all about the music, but XRP will handle 14% of Swift's volume in the next 5 years. That was what he said. Who's excited for Crypto Week? That's Bo Hines, who's in the White House in charge of crypto. Grayscale has filed a confidential IPO submission with the SEC, signaling momentum towards going public. So this is what you're about to see, folks. This is .com on steroids times 100. That was the Internet of Information. This is the Internet of Value. This time, the companies that are filing to go public are actually making money. Back then, during the .com era, everybody was like, oh, well, this is the Internet. It's a new model, new business model. In other words, you can bleed money and have no business plan, but since you've got .com on the end of your name, that means you can go public. This time's different, because these companies that are going public, the lessons have been learned. These are companies that are making bukus of money. Ask Circle. Might ask Ripple. This time's different. Look at this, and I think this is 1,000% directly over the target. Bernstein expects long and exhausting crypto bull market with Bitcoin to hit 200,000 by early 2026. I do believe this is going to be long and exhausting, and I'm ready to be exhausted. I look forward to exhaustingly watching my XRP go nuts in value. This I can't wait for. Okay, we're going to go to DAIXRP.com. I got more. We'll talk XRP price, what we're thinking, what people are thinking. And you can go to DAIXRP.com for the Patreon, or you can click join below any of my YouTube videos, or you can click the subscribe button on X. I do the full video plus the extended video in there with no commercials. So that is the deal. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Let's go.